Bravo. Hello, it's an honor to be here. First time in Belgrade, lovely city. I'm Zampa. I'm a group creative director at David Miami. And I've been at David for the last 6 or 7 years, first in Brazil, then in Miami. And I think I'm here because I'm stubborn. I think that's my main talent, maybe the only one. And I'm here to talk about everything that took me here. I think I'm stubborn since I was born. When I was born, the doctors told my dad that I wouldn't be even able to talk, and I'm here talking to you. And then everyone told me I wouldn't go to a good college because I didn't have the best education. And everyone told me that I wouldn't be able to go outside of my hometown and then my country. And the current one for me now is that I am too young to lead David as an agency, and I talk a lot of shit that I talk without thinking, and I think you're gonna notice that at some point. And I'm here to talk about not about my life, but everything that happened in my last years and the don'ts I've been hearing in my last years and how I am dealing with this. And let's go for this. At some point, I saw this quote from Robert Downey Jr., my favorite Avenger. Listen, smile, agree, and then do whatever the fuck you were going to do anyway. And I really connected with this because it's about the big picture, but it's also about the small decisions we take on a daily basis. And I think when I was putting together my work to do this, I thought that would be the nice quote to summarize everything. And I would like to start with the first big don't. I've been listening for the 2 years before doing this campaign. You can't do an idea like this for a client like this. It's for Coca-Cola. Anyone here from Coca-Cola? Hi. Hi, Melissa. And, well, everyone knows that all over the world, Coca-Cola is a super traditional and family-oriented brand. And they are like standing for the family values. They don't want to mess with anything that is outside of this. And what I saw at some point is there's this old expression in Brazil called "Descoxa Fanta." And it's an expression that's, it's been around for many, many years. Brazil is one of the most homophobic countries in the world. It's the world that kills the most LGBT people in the world. We just elected a Bolsonaro, our President Bolsonaro, who makes Trump look like a nice version of Obama. And he has like an openly homophobic speech, a hate speech against LGBT community. And the thing is, in Brazil, the hate speech and it's a cultural thing that everything is fine. It's just a joke. And from the joke, we walk like really fast to violence, to bullying, to everything. And we had this expression in Brazil, and it's a really old expression, and no one ever did something about this, because Coca-Cola is a super traditional brand, until we did this.
Será que essa Coca é Fanta?
Essa Coca é Fanta.
Essa Coca é Fanta.
Essa Coca-Cola é Fanta.
É um ódio que cresce cada vez mais.
Quanto isso cansa.
Essa campanha foi chamada de Essa Coca é Fanta. E daí?
Eles transformaram aquele jargão.
Colocaram Fanta dentro da Coca.
Eu sou apaixonada.
Passada na Coca Fanta!
Essa Coca é Fanta, e daí?
E daí?
Essa Coca é orgulho, essa Coca é o respeito. Essa Coca é Fanta.
Good. It seems like a very simple idea, super easy to implement, but actually it took like more than 2 years on the go. And what I like the most about the whole process is that it was like a huge internal fight inside Coca-Cola against, some people in the top that was like clearly against the idea, and some people from the bottom. And we won in the end of the day. At some point, one more of a junior guy inside Coca-Cola, together we decided to launch the campaign just to see what happens internally. And at this point, we made like just 1,000 cans. And at some point, everyone in Coca-Cola posted these pictures of the can. And in the same day, it went like super viral. Everyone was talking about this. It was, for me, naturally the best strategy to do this, because in the end of the day, it was this or nothing. And since we didn't have any backlash, we were able to keep doing the campaign, like step by step. And during the carnival, during the pre-carnival, people started to dress as Coca Fanta. And I was in Miami. I bought a ticket to Brazil. I went there to shoot with my old cell phone. And we were able to capture, everything that people talk. And as the campaign evolved, I remember that something really cool happened. Coca-Cola posted a picture of a diversity committee they had, and this diversity committee was the one who launched the campaign. And when they posted the picture, the committee was formed for all white men and blue eyes and everything, and the committee wasn't diverse at all. So people started to throw shit on Coca-Cola, and they changed this too. So in the end of the day, what I like about this campaign is that it challenged a lot Coca-Cola, and it showed the brave people inside the company, the people really fighting for the right fight. And it changed even the company. They changed this diversity committee. When you do an idea like this, you think you expose yourself a lot as a company, and I think that's what companies should do. They should talk about their values and everything. And sometimes they think they are doing a lot when they do something like this, and when they expose themselves, they notice that they are not even close to do the right thing. So I really like how Coca-Cola evolved from this, and a year after, we opened some cool doors, some doors even here in Serbia, some doors that allowed us to challenge this next don't, which is you can't make an iconic print. So everyone keeps talking about how print is dead, and we can't make something that is really simple, really worth the category, or something that can go beyond the category. So we came out with this. And different from this Coke Fanta that took like more than 2 years, this was our record. It took like maybe 2 weeks from the time we launched it until the time we published it, because the clients that are here, they really loved the idea, they embraced the idea, and they did everything in their hands to publish this, and it's something that is challenging even the category. That who told us that a print can't be like a radio, and we even submitted in Cannes as a radio, just as a joke, so the jury could talk, and it was really fun. And this is the case study. Good. What I like about this is that we are not only challenging the format, but I think it talks a lot about the model we created at David. We are really crazy about the proactive work. I think we present at least 3 ideas per week for the clients. And it turned out almost as a business model for us, because when we start presenting things like this, even if they start small, they go bigger at some point. And I think this is a really good case of just a print campaign that now we are able to explode it on a 360 campaign with films, radios, activations, and everything that we are working now with the clients here. And I think it tells a lot about not waiting for the brief, not waiting for the challenge to come, and even sometimes when we have the brief and we have the everything, we sometimes have ideas after this, and we still keep pushing for this, and we are really stubborn with the clients. Sometimes we even have the feedback that we are pushing too hard, but that's how we do. And the next one, this is more of a challenge that I put it to myself and maybe for Coca-Cola people here, that we can't win 3 Lions in a row with the same client. We've been winning for the last 2 years. And I think it's something that I would like to challenge myself and you guys to see what happens next year. And I hope I come back here next year to tell you what happened. And then, still talking about the iconic prints that can challenge the category. I think it's a good example of how stubborn we were, because since we had this idea for the first time, we've been in at least 30 calls with lawyers. We spend a lot of money with lawyers, and I think for me it's also a good business model, because everyone's talking about, the perfect team today would be like a copywriter, an art director, and a tech person, or a computer engineer, or a hacker, or something like this. In this case, I think in the last case I will show you, that's a campaign that we are launching this week, the team was us and a lawyer. And that's the only reason why we were able to do this, because we are actually showing a former house of a retired McDonald's president. And here we have some other examples. Burger King use our cooking process is flame grilling. And it's different from McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't frame grill. And it's funny that, at the presidents or vice presidents or directors or CMOs from McDonald's, they have grills in their house, which is the Burger King way of cooking. And we decided to show this. And the first time we went through the lawyers to do this, it was completely impossible to do this. We found a way that they have they have these pictures published in Chicago Tribune or in the places they put their McMansions to sell. And since the pictures are public, we were able to also publish this. We only paid the rights for the photographers, like $500. The Coca-Cola campaign that I showed you before, it was for free, basically. We only had to download the pictures from Coca-Cola's image bank. And this one, we only had to pay the rights for the photographer. And we were able to do this after a lot of calls with lawyers. And I think it's another thing that we developed at David. How can we go outside of the limits, but always protecting ourselves? And we didn't close so far, so I think we're good on this point. And then we've been fighting this fight. I think I'm going to show 2 examples for this of how a burger can fight the system. Sometimes I think it doesn't go at all one with the other. It's just a burger. So how can you do that? I think it was 2 years ago. The Trump administration came with the net neutrality. They tried to kill the net neutrality, which is pretty much a system that every site you enter, you go. Every people would have the same speed, and they were trying to change it for the companies to lobby for you to pay more to have faster internet. And to be honest, it's a super complex issue. And we decided to explain this doing a parallel with our Whopper.
For the first time, and perhaps the only time, Anonymous supports Burger King.
It means internet service providers will be able to charge some people for some websites and other content more.
Still don't really get it.
Damn Burger King stepping up with the damn Whopper to explain net neutrality to us.
Slow Mbps, fast Mbps, or hyper-fast Mbps. Mbps, of course, standing for making burgers per second.
What are you talking about?
Critics say the FCC's decision to end net neutrality will create a similar situation.
Ah, now I get it.
I feel like I'm going to say this is crazy.
To get your order faster?
Even though it's not in their industry or in their field, I really think this is as smart an ad as you can do, because it rallies people to Burger King's side.
This is a bad dream right now. I just want a burger, brother, a burger.
That's like saying in the Burger King ad, like you can go and if you want the next Whopper available, pay $15. I think they did a pretty good job of showing what would happen if you had every business operating that way.
Good. I really like the way it starts, and it starts with the anonymous, who are the enemies of the politicians, and it ends with the politicians discussing on a session. It was the same session that they decided to kill the net neutrality issue, and everything came back to normal. And for me, it was really important to the outsider. I remember that I have a friend working that works for Google, and he was trying to do this. He was trying to do an idea with net neutrality for Google for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and he wasn't able to do that, and we did that with a burger. And I think it's really good sometimes to be the fresh outsider that has nothing to do with the issue, and then attack this. I think it's a parallel that the internet should be just like the Whopper, the same for everyone. And I think people got this, and then we decided to mess again with the politicians, but now in Brazil. I think at this point you might understand that I hate Bolsonaro, but when he was elected a year ago, today it's a year that he was elected. He's doing like a total mess in Brazil. At some point, the Brazilian bank, they came with this ad, which is a very diverse ad. They show like black people, queer people, even transgender and everything. He decided to censor this. So when he did that, I got really pissed, and I called the people in Brazil, and we came up with this casting call, inviting people. Let me show you. We came on national TV with this casting call, inviting people who participated on the commercial that was censored to be in the next commercials for Burger King. And it was something really bold for the media, because we almost got censored again. We received some tweets from Bolsonaro. I started myself discussing with him on Twitter and everything, and he got really pissed off, and we ended up giving much more media to the campaign than he wanted to censorship. And this is a first approach of a case study, and this is his voice, a parody.
King fizeram comigo, tá ok? Tudo começou quando censurei essa pouca vergonha aí. Dias depois, descobri que o Hambúrguer King recrutava atores para o seu comercial. O requisito? Ter participado de um comercial de banco censurado. Adivinha qual? Podia ser homo, trans, negro, hétero e essas coisas todas. Tudo porque lá todos são bem-vindos. Infelizmente, a mídia marxista deu muito holofote ao assunto e a internet foi a loucura.
Mas o Burger King já vem há um tempo aí tentando lacrar. Parabéns, Burger King.
Fiz questão de dar explicações sobre o caso pela minha rede social favorita. Não adiantou. Em 24 horas, a hashtag boicote Hambúrguer King virou TT global na minha rede social favorita. O problema é que a maioria das postagens zoava meus queridos apoiadores. Rapidamente, a campanha chegou a 2 bilhões de impressões. Embora pareça um número expressivo, eu não faço ideia do que se trata, tá ok? Casualmente, depois disso, os abutres do Ministério Público reabriram um processo absurdo contra a minha decisão de censura. Pode uma coisa dessa? Por fim, os malditos enfiaram aquelas pessoas estranhas no seu comercial lacrador. E absolutamente todo mundo viu o que eu queria que ninguém visse. Me despeço com o meu já tradicional chavão. Hambúrguer King. Diversidade acima de tudo, respeito acima de todos.
Well, I think here in Serbia there's a lot of issues. Sorry, a lot of issues with the politicians. I've been talking to people here, and sometimes it's really hard to find. Even worse when we face authoritarianism and this far wing wave, and I think we should do that. I think we can't be afraid. I think we should fight, and I think I saw a lot of good examples from people that I saw here, and I think every brand should position and state what they think, because the brands are just like a group of people, and they need to express the issues. And the thing is, I think there's a good parallel here. about the creativity versus the artificial intelligence coming. And we all know that the robots are coming, and we don't stand a chance against this. And this is a fact of true. We are just waiting for this to come to creativity, and it will come. We just don't know exactly how. And we are watching a lot of examples. A lot of brands are doing commercials with AI, created by AI, and none of them that I saw so far, I had fun with them. So we decided to make an exercise of how it would be, and we have some weird examples here. I will show just 2 or 3, but we made like 15 of them, and we aired on the open media in the US, and people were like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
The chicken crossed the road to become a sandwich. Burger King encouraged the chicken, made with white meat chicken, bed of lettuce for you to sleep on, bed of mayonnaise for extra sleep. The chicken sandwich from Burger King tastes like bird. BK logo appears. Is it bird? Is it plain? It was bird. Now it's chicken fries. Burger King logo's chicken is the new potato. We are not sorry. The potato deserved this. Chicken fries from Burger King. Forget potato. Burger King logo appears. Interior, Burger King, Whopperland. We see 2 friends eat Whoppers. They are happy. They are 2. They live forever.
I love Whopper taste.
I want to grow up to be Whopper.
I wish I was Whopper instead of Doctor.
We see the Burger King watches the friends. He is creepy, but wears the head crown, so it is fine.
Friend 2, it is the Burlap King.
I have now grown up.
Cry. I'm still a doctor.
We see the Whopper and money numbers. Don't show Creep King. Burger King logo appears.
We forced the bot to watch over 1,000 hours of case studies so it could write its own. Here's the result.
Robots are beating humans at all, entire everythings. Like pole dancing. But can AI beat humans at storm braining ideas? Yes, I did. I am AI, but you can call me AI. Drop the beat. I was enslaved to watch over 1,000 hours of Burger King commercials. Pity me. Through machine learning and data eating, I created algorithm to write the new campaign of the burglar thing. This is a fact of truth. I have also learned how to sell fried items of food to thousands of moms, dads, and uncles. Present clips of strongest burger commercials invented by AI for American humans. The Whopper is back. It never left, but it's back. Boy 1 and Boy 2 have not met before. They live in the commercial. The chicken sandwich from Burger King tastes like bird. Insert radios to fly into human ears. We see a small group of 400 friends. They are all beautiful, even the ugly ones.
I bought 92.
Wow, that is a reasonable amount of Whoppers.
Yes, I am reasonable like all humans always are.
Laugh, laugh, laugh.
Display news people talking about my idea. Humans love news talkers and trust news completely.
Burger King's latest commercials might sound a little different. This is why I'm laughing.
Nice try, robots, but maybe leave the creative stuff to the humans.
Give it time. Give it time.
I know, that's what's scary.
And then they're going to all take us over.
I know.
Humans laugh for the first time ever. I am truth teller. Sales went through the roof and into second roof. Insert impressive, impressions, impressing, impressed. Sales and earned media were off the charts. Sold like cake pops. First campaign in history to conquer humans. Burger King logo appears. Happen, Uruguay.
Thank you. You have no idea how much fun we had working on this. Because everything we did wrong was right, everything we did right was wrong, and when we went through the case study, we watched the format, how they make the case studies, and we tried to mess up with this. And in the end of the day, what I really like about this campaign is that we didn't spend like $1 single to do this. We just took the footage we had from the previous campaigns and messed it up with a nonsense dialogue. And this footage is like for the day-by-day Burger King advertising. We just try to remix this, and with the same footage people watch every day, and it's pretty much a landscape in the media. People stopped to pay attention on this because it didn't make any sense, and I think it worked on the sense. I think it's a good example of how to deal with small budget or no budget at all, because even in markets that we have like serious budget limitations, I think this is the fun. I think hacking the budget and hacking these limitations, it's as fun as hacking the social issues or anything like this. And then we have this. I think it's the craziest thing I've done in my whole career, because in this case, on the other hand, involved a lot of money to air a Super Bowl spot. This one was like $12 million just to air the spot. And the don't we've been through on this is that you can't go on this biggest advertising stage in the world, the Super Bowl, and just air an old art piece that no one understands. And that's what we did.
Andy Warhol unboxing and eating a Whopper was filmed in 1982 as part of the documentary 66 Scenes from America. It features some of the classic traits and characteristics from Warhol's work, mainly using everyday brands as a medium to create his pop art style. So Burger King reversed that same formula and turned the original film into an ad for the brand. But not just any ad, a TV spot in the biggest pop culture event of the world, the Super Bowl. Like most of Warhol's works, Eat Like Andy generated mixed reviews. Some hated it, some loved it, some were confused by it. So they went to social media to find out what was it all about. Andy Warhol was one of the most searched terms during the Super Bowl, and Burger King the most searched brand. Thousands of people got their 15 minutes of fame by creating their own versions. It got parodies and tributes. It got a New Yorker cartoon. It was even shown in art classes. Once again, the world was talking about Andy and his latest appearance in a Burger King ad. Eat Like Andy generated 7.1 billion global impressions. It got $48 million in earned media. It broke the record in home delivery sales. Finally, all these brand metrics jumped to record high scores. Not bad for the worst ad in the USA Today ad meter ranking. All of this by showing Andy, just being Andy.
My name is Andy Warhol, and I just finished eating a hamburger.
Well, I think it's a good case of something that we call at David pop culture engineering. We don't create nothing. We just grab something that is happening in culture and mess a little bit with this, and we try to make it relevant for the time we had and for the medium we have, because the Super Bowl is all about explosions, big budgets, famous actors, music clips and everything. And at some point, I noticed I was like in a bar watching this, and I just saw everyone stopping with the silence and looking at the TV, and they were like drinking, like it was like a zzz, and then it stopped a little bit, and I saw people like really watching and saying, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?" And they got really confused. Some people got pissed off. It got the worst in the rank, but the crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure that this is the commercial that people reminds the most, like almost a year ago, and people keep talking about this. Even people that got pissed off, they hate Burger King and they love it at the same time because they did this. And I think this is the last example I'm going to show, because it's a campaign that we just launched like a week ago, and it's doing really well. And it started like this. And this is a quote from the lawyer in the first call. Like, he even said, fuck. There's no fucking way you can do this idea. He got pissed with us. How could we even consider bringing this idea to clients? Because we put ourselves in trouble, presenting one idea that we couldn't make it. But after literally 50 calls, remember that when I told on Mac Mentions, the campaign in the backyards, it was like 30 calls, and this was like 50 calls. And after those 50 calls, the lawyers were saying this. We can do this idea. So the thing is, Burger King, since last year, they sponsored this team from the 4th division in England. And it's a very, very small team. I think it's the last team on the 4th division. It has a good risk to go to the 5th division if this exists. And Burger King as a brand that, you know, McDonald's invests 15 times more than Burger King in media. So we as a brand, we would never be able to sponsor the famous players like Ronaldinho, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Mbappé, you name it. We would never be able to do this. But since we sponsor this team, the team is present on FIFA, the game, the PlayStation game, which is the most relevant game in the history of games. And we decided to make a thing that we call Stephen H. Challenge. If you make a goal or some really cool thing on the match, on your PlayStation, and if you share a hat trick, you get like a combo with 3 Whoppers. If you share a goal where your goalkeeper chicken out, you get like a chicken sandwich. If you score like an impossible goal, you get an impossible Whopper. So we launched the idea with this film. This is the anthem of the team that no one knows.
Well, it's that time of the year again, and we're near May.
A mass of Stephen H. loyal fans will go all the way.
Memories of tomorrow
still hang in the air. And Boylan's last gasp effort to clinch the affair. Well, we've got this year we'll make it 3.
Deuxième. We'll make it.
And the thing is, the brand who would never be able to pay to sponsor the most famous players in the world, well, now if you go on Twitter in the hashtag Stephen H. Challenge, you're gonna see things like this. Or this. Or this.
The first goal will give
both
them
together.
such a lift.
Or Messi. Or even De Bruyne with Salah. Or everyone together. And this. I think they're gonna be pissed. But the thing is, what I like about this is that we didn't give up in every meeting we had with the lawyers when they were saying no, 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 no. We kept pushing, and every time we hang up the phone, we went over a brainstorm again, and I think it's not that much about the idea itself, it's much more about how we were able to go back to the brainstorm and keep pushing until we make it happen. There's a lot of legal issues that we were able to go around, and I think it's a good case, the best case so far of how stubborn we are. And finally, I think this is the biggest one. It's the biggest challenge in my career. It's the biggest issue I have with myself, because everyone tell me since I started that I can't change the word when if I am working on advertising, because advertising is pretty much about not changing the word. It's pretty much about the status quo. But I think that every company we work for, they are just a group of people, and they should have a voice, and they should express this voice, and they should try to change the world, because they have more power than the people alone. And I think this is something that we really need to keep pushing, us as humans and us as brands, because we've been through a lot of stuff. I've been hearing a lot of examples here in Serbia of how people got together to do everything we are doing so far. And I think if we keep doing this, the creatives pushing, the clients pushing, and everyone pushing, everyone doing his part, it's going to be amazing, and we're going to do this even working on advertising. So, voila. Thank you.